Hey everyone, it's Shauna the Tax Goddess. I am a little bit embarrassed. The last time that I tried to film this for you, this did not work and nobody got my audio. So I am filming this again and we're going to try this again. So if anybody is out there, I'm going to let this run just a few seconds, see if anybody catches this video. If you guys could let me know that yes, in fact, you can hear me, that would be lovely. But in the meantime, I have a backup recording method happening. So let's try this again. So hi, everyone. This is Shauna the Tax Goddess. And today we got to try it again, guys. I'm so sorry. Can everybody hear me? If you can hear me, throw a message in Facebook for me. That would be lovely. Or on YouTube. You can hear me. Thank you so much. I am so sorry. Yay for technical difficulties right at the end of the year. So let's try this again, guys. All right. Hi, this is Shauna the Tax Goddess. And today we are talking about the employer retention tax credit version number 2. Okay. So what is this thing? All right. Now let's back up because this all relates to the bill that Trump signed just recently, the COVID-19 relief bill, effectively version number 3 of the same bill. This is all related to COVID relief, right? Businesses being decimated by COVID. So this video today is specifically about the employer retention credit. Now, under the original bill, the CARES Act that was sent out in March of 2020, if you took a PPP loan, you could not also take the employer retention tax credit. Now, what they've done is with this change, Trump signed December 27th of 2020, you can in fact have both the PPP and the employer retention credit. This is huge. Okay, so we're going to be going over the details, the difference between the 2020 ERC, okay, and the 2021, 2021 ERC. So one of the things that was added with the December 27th signing of the new law is the 2021 ERC. So let's go over the details. All right. So in summary, we're going to start with the 2020 year. It is very, very important that as you're taking notes, as you're listening to this video, you are paying attention to the difference between 2020 and 2021. These are two very distinct years with this law. Now, side note here, they can change this at any time. Okay, they may change this again. They may extend it again when we get into 2021. We don't really know. But as of today, which is December 30th, this is how it stands right now. Okay, so let's talk about 2020. In 2020, this is really for businesses that have employees. Okay, in 2020, if you had, there is a 50% refundable tax credit. That's what this is on qualified wages paid between March 13th and December 31st of 2020. So it starts on March 13th. Okay. Now, these tax credits are going to be claimed on your Form 941, which is a payroll form. So basically, one of the very first things that you need to be doing today, tomorrow, ASAP, is calling your payroll company to make sure that they are properly reporting these on your payroll forms. Okay, 941 is where you're going to report this. Now, of course, since we're already in the fourth quarter of 2020, your first, second, and third quarter Form 941s have already been filed. For those credits, you're going to fill out a form called 7200, the 7200 form, to request the credits for the taxes that you've already paid that meet these qualifications under the employer retention credit. Okay, so how do you know if you qualify for the employer retention credit? First one is you are looking if your business was fully shut down or partially shut down by government mandate. So it had to come from the government. You qualify for the ERC, or for 2020, or if you had a decrease in gross receipts of 50% or more. Okay, so one of those two qualifications. If you meet one of those two qualifications, you qualify for up to 2020, up to $10,000 worth of wages. You can apply for the 50% refundable credit. All right. So it's not, if you paid somebody $100,000, it's only the first $10,000 in 2020. So you want to be very careful about that. In 2020, this only applies to employers that have 100 employees or less. 100 employees or less, okay? All the wages paid must be qualified wages, which we'll get into definitions here in a little bit. And of course, now with the December 27th change, even if you took out a PPP loan and you're going to go for the forgiveness on the PPP loan, the ERC does still qualify, okay? Now, what the ERC qualifies on is separate. The dollars have to be separate from forgiven PPP money, okay? So if you remember, the original PPP loan was exactly that. It was a loan, and then you were allowed to request forgiveness, okay? A lot of people at this point have not yet requested forgiveness. So this gives you an opportunity to look at what is going to be better for you. Take the ERC credit for 2020 at 50%, which is a refundable credit, meaning you can get the dollars back, okay? Or ask for forgiveness on the PPP loan itself, okay? Now, the biggest thing that you have to watch here is that you cannot use the same dollars for the same request. So if you have $100,000 in wages and you've already applied for forgiveness on $40,000 of those wages, the only thing that will apply is $60,000 for the ERC, right? You cannot use overlapping dollars. But if the loan, if the PPP has not been forgiven, we're still kind of waiting on some clearance here, some guidance. But if the loan has not been forgiven and you intend to repay the loan, you can get the ERC on PPP paid funds. Okay, so big. This could be a really big dollar amount. So you want to be talking to your payroll company and, of course, your CPA. There's going to be some calculations that need to be run here. Now, the second thing, and it could be minor, it could be major, group health plan expenses are qualified wages, even if no other wages were paid. So, for example, if you had to let all of your people go, but you continued to pay for their health insurance, those would be qualified wages for the ERC. All right. Now, originally, the ERC, as I said, could not work if you had the PPP loan. It was an absolute no-go. Those two things did not overlap. There was no way to get it. Okay. But obviously now this is okay. So again, one of the most important things that you can be doing right now, call your payroll company and make sure that for the fourth quarter filing of your 941, that they will be calculating this credit for you. Okay. Now, I want to talk about 2021 because 2021 is significantly different. And if anybody has questions, feel free to post them. I'll try to answer them here as we're live, but post questions and I will try to get them answered for you. So 2021, originally the ERC was supposed to end in 2020. That was it, right? Of course, we're still in the middle of COVID. So now we're talking about 2021. This is where it's really, really cool, guys, okay? 2021 has not only extended, but it has also expanded the benefits under the ERC. Thank you so much. Great question. If we can't get this done in 2020, can we amend them at a later date? So instead of amending the payroll forms, the current, as of about 2 hours ago, set of instructions is to use Form 7200, Form 7200, to request the refund of those that have already been paid. But I know a lot of the really big payroll companies, Paychex, ADP, Big Fish, Gusto, basically they've been watching this like I have for the past 3 or 4 months coming about. And so they've built into their formulas and built into a lot of their software. They're already running these calculations. So if you're with a payroll company, definitely just give a call to your payroll company and see if they're going to be able to get this handled for you, at least at a minimum for the fourth quarter. Of course, for the first, second, and third quarters, you are going to have to file Form 7200 to get those credits, those refundable dollars back. Okay, so great question. Thank you. Let's jump into the questions here or the comments here for 2021, which is very exciting. The credit has now been extended through wages paid up and through June 30th of 2021, 6/30 of 2021. So with the first 2 quarters. Now this may be extended again. Who knows? Really what they're trying to do is keep jobs, keep the businesses afloat, keep everything happening. So if COVID is still around by that point, hopefully the vaccine will work. But if COVID is still around at that point, and my bet is that they will expand this, right? That they will continue and extend this. So let's talk about 2021. Very exciting. The credit rate in 2020 was 50%, 50. The credit rate in 2021 is 70%, 70. So it's an increase of 20% in the credit. Very exciting. The maximum wages that this will cover went from $10,000 to now $10,000 per year to $10,000 per employee per quarter. Okay, so significant increase. Obviously, if it's only the first 2 quarters, that really puts it at 20,000. But if they extend this again, that might go to 40,000 for the year. So we'll have to see. The next one is this now works for 2021. It works for employers with 500 employees or less as compared to 100 in the 2020. And of course, the big one for a lot of people, the qualifying gross receipts, right? When do you qualify to even take this credit? In 2020, if you were going to fall under the gross receipts test, right? If you were not forcibly shut down by the government, that was one rule where you could take this with the 2020. But if you had a 50% decline in gross receipts in 2020, in 2021, you only need a 20% decrease in gross receipts. So a lot more businesses are now going to be able to qualify for this in 2021. All right. There's some special things about how you calculate the 20% decrease, but they all benefits, all to the benefit of the business owners. One, you can now compare quarter over quarter. So for example, if the first quarter of 2020, just at the beginning before COVID really hit, you were doing really well. And then in the second quarter, you really had a drop. But let's say you only had a 30% drop. In 2020, you would not have qualified for the credit. In 2021, you will qualify for the credit. So again, this is opening it up to more businesses. And of course, for brand new businesses that just started, they weren't in existence in 2020. So let's say they started in they weren't in existence in 2019. They just started January of 2020. Those employers, those businesses can also apply for the ERC. So there's a lot of really cool things in this new expanded law that was signed on December 27th. I think the biggest thing, guys, here, and what is most time sensitive, call your payroll company. Make sure that they're going to fix the fourth quarter 941 if you qualify for these credits. And of course, reach out to your CPA and your payroll company to have them help you fill out the 7200 form to request the credits back to you. So thanks guys so much. And again, I hope everybody today's the 30th. I hope everybody has a wonderful New Year's. I probably won't see you until the new year. But in the meantime, if you have any questions whatsoever, you are welcome to reach out to us at taxgoddess.com. And we'll try to get those questions in for you right away. So thanks so much, everybody. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful Happy New Year. Bye.